See, good afternoon, Alpha. Yeah, it's Joey's. Got all done in dyno, and now I'm installing a handful of little stuff. AFR gauge, new tag bracket, wiring that up. Got to fix some wiring and stuff on it, and then got to be ready for him to come steal it before he moves away from me. Yeah, he's been posting a couple places, a couple teasers and stuff, and it's pretty fire. I like it. Titax, I believe, is who makes it. Yeah, Titax is who makes the wheels for it. It's actually a really cool experience. The guy that, like, I guess runs it, or their PR guy or whatever, kept like sending Joey pictures and stuff like in process and things of that nature, which I found very, very cool. So it was like a really personal experience when it came to getting the wheels built by somebody, since, you know, wheels and stuff like that are never really cheap. So it's pretty cool to see they went above and beyond and were able to take care of them and make it feel pretty genuine. Hey Dad, what else are you doing to this one? This one's just going back together, bud. This is the bigger blower. Downed it a couple weeks ago. Just doing a bunch of accessories right now. Hey Travis, had a question. I don't know much about powder coating. You're doing my H2 and having my rims and a couple things done. Amazing blue since the frame comes in green. Do you guys have to do first? Layer of black. Oh, so that's kind of over out of my scope. I do have a super good powder coating guy that does it. Doing black first is dependent on certain colors. It's not necessarily like, you don't have to do black on every single thing for powder coating. It's just sometimes some colors require a black base, some colors are just straight colors and don't require anything. So it really just depends on the color and stuff like that. I can do some research into it, because normally when you pick a color out of prismatic powder or something like that, like you did, it'll tell you like it requires a black base or something like that first. And so the color you picked, I'm really not sure. I know there are some colors that, like I've done a candy red one, Smurf in Texas, where his had to be silver first, and so they stripped it, powder coated it silver, and then candy red over the silver. So it's kind of just dependent on the powder coating, color, and company of that nature. See on TikTok, I like H2, I like the extended swing arm. Thanks, Isaac. I don't know why, it just went super pale. What's your opinion on Dancing Moto after the accident he sustained running from the cops? So Jake the Traveler, I don't really have an opinion on that. I haven't really seen the information or anything that you're talking about. I mean, obviously, running from the cops is something nobody should ever do. But yeah, I mean, I'd always rather take a ticket and spend a couple $100 rather than getting hurt in an accident doing something like that. But yeah, definitely recommend against running from cops. It's never a good choice. See, it's sick. I saw your Killmonger H2 back. Definitely an eye grabber. Yeah, that gold was gorgeous. What's up, Louie? ETA? Yeah, I don't know, man. I just gotta wait on other people getting stuff ordered and just waiting on parts, really. Yeah, I sent you the picture of the shock. Your shock came in the other day. Pretty excited about that. Yo, Travis, when you making shirts? What's up, Brock? I don't know, man. That's kind of next on the list. Now that my website's up, the next thing will be merch and things of that nature, sir. I mean, hopefully soon. I know, currently, priority one is trying to get everybody their stuff, you know? So, everything else kind of falls to the wayside, whether it be merch or things of that nature. You get a chance to ride your bike and stuff yet, Brock? I'm waiting for a phone call if you give me your opinion on your bike. Let's see your Clean H2. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate that. It's a very good customer of mine. What's wrong with this POS? Nothing, Harvard, man. But just putting it back together. Downed it. Everything ran clean. Made good power. So putting it back together so you can come get it and take it back. Take it home. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Just putting all the accessories. AFR gauge. All the other panels. I got a new tag bracket, so he's got a flat tag rather than a bent up tag like the other one. Just things like that, dude. Nothing's wrong with this one. Currently. Anymore. If you want to know what's wrong with it, you can hit up Fastlane. He'll know what's wrong with it. Not yet. I'm in Nashville, but Sunday taking her to New York, stretch its legs. What are you doing in Nashville, Brock? Where are you at? That's actually where we moved here from, so I may be able to refer you some banging food. He did say it was going to be a couple weeks before you got to ride it. But whatever you do, make sure you hit me up and let me know how it goes. I talked to KC a little bit more, and he said that you haven't exactly had a lot of riding experience, Brock. So please make sure you're careful with that bike. Make sure you try the later gears a handful of times, leave traction control on, even turn it up a little bit. Make sure you kind of feel the bike out. Definitely don't go Judy chopping that bike. You know, I thought I was crazy getting an R1 for my first bike. You're going from almost nothing to a 300 horsepower bike. You're wild, my friend. You need to swap out that exhaust. Nah, he's always liked the Brock's Arbiter. He's never really had a problem with it, and he just had it freshly polished, so it looks pretty good. I'm gonna rivet the new white emblem back on it, so it matches, and it seems like 95% of the, sick of him whining, about 95% of them H2s have Van Diemen, so it's getting pretty copy paste. I'm in Brentwood. Oh shit, that's actually where my dad lives, is in Brentwood. That's pretty funny. Yeah, my dad lives in Brentwood. I used to live in like Antioch and then up in Springfield and stuff like that, so I'm pretty familiar with that area. You definitely need to make it to Hattie B's. You need to make it to 210 Jack if you like ramen, but Hattie B's or Party Fowl are the two best Nashville hot chicken places you'll find on the planet. Oh my Bam Bam. Yeah, it is a Brock Performance exhaust before they discontinued it. It is 321 stainless, and so it's not really any heavier than the Van Diemen. I know the muffler is a lot thicker, and it definitely does have a different tone, and it is less pingy than the Van Diemen. So I actually really like the sound of it, and it's rebuildable too. Like you can take the end cap of the muffler off and repack the muffler. The Van Diemen you have to cut open to be able to repack and repair it. Oh shit, I'm definitely gonna go check it out. Yeah, Brock, whenever we're in Nashville, dude, 210 Jack is like the best ramen you'll ever have on the planet. Wish there was a way I could overnight myself some. That's one of the staples we always go to when we go back for hot chickens, Hattie B's, or Party Fowl. My wife used to work at Party Fowl way back in the day, and it was phenomenal. And then 210 Jack is just the best ramen on the face of the planet. I've been able to find a couple places that are okay, but like the best ramen on the planet is definitely 210 Jack, and the vibe's really cool. It's pretty small. It's pretty good. The last couple times I've been back to Nashville, I hadn't had a chance to get it. It makes me sad every time. Yeah, definitely pay them a visit. Make sure you have a bowl for me, sir.
But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know?
Do you like Tennessee better or Florida? I mean, I definitely prefer Florida. I definitely don't enjoy like the 4 or 5 months that it's just gray and rainy in Tennessee. About the only negative I have about Florida is Florida's hot, especially in the summer and in the sun. It's just hot. So kind of end goal is to probably become a snowbird and stay away from Florida in the summer, and then go to Tennessee or the Carolinas or something like that during the summer here. And then when winter hits there, definitely come back down here, because the weather here in Florida, like in the winter, is to die for. Like, it's phenomenal. Like the thing where you can just open all the back doors, of like open up all the windows and everything from the time you wake up till the next day. Just leave it open the entire day. It's phenomenal. And so I definitely don't have no intention of moving back to Tennessee, and when I go back to visit family and like all that kind of stuff. But as far as like living, I don't want to live anywhere else except for Florida. Thanks, Brock. Appreciate the share, brother. I know as soon as I have 1,000 followers on TikTok, then I can actually multicast, and you guys would have the same higher quality camera that's currently on Instagram and YouTube. It's a lot higher quality camera. Right now on TikTok, I'm just using the camera on my laptop. And so the camera's not exactly the best, but TikTok has me grounded until I have 1,000 followers. So now I just have to use that app. So hopefully here soon I'll have enough followers. I don't have to worry about that. I can just use one software and one software only. Michigan Reaper here. TikTok music is drowning out your voice, but the Instagram is crystal clear. Yeah, Reaper, I appreciate the info, brother. The main thing is that on Instagram and YouTube, I'm using my a professional camera that's on a tripod that's connected to the microphone that I have on my hat. And TikTok, I can't multicast on that same software until I have 1,000 followers on TikTok. Then I can get verified or whatever. And once I'm verified on TikTok, I can stream it all from the same platform, so everybody would have the same quality audio and everything. Because right now my computer uses a different microphone and camera than Instagram and YouTube. And so right now it's literally just the camera off my app. Yeah, the music's gonna be drowning out my voice because like I'm using a microphone that's on my hat for the other two platforms. On this, it's just using my laptop. And unfortunately, with one camera, I can't display that same image on multiple apps. And so TikTok, I'm only allowed to use the camera that's on my laptop. So I'm kind of limited, unfortunately, until I've got 1,000 followers. Let's see. Oh, my Bam Bam. I need to experience the difference between my H2 and my ZX10. Super stoked, man. Enjoy having fun with amazing bikes. I appreciate that, brother. Oh, one last question. Have you tested stage 4 gears? Because I grabbed them and I saw the overdrive supercharger gears by 18%. Yeah, I mean, I've done stage 4 gears. I mean, the higher you go in gears, the hotter the bike gets, and so there are pros and cons. But I've tried extensively the stage 4 gears. If you promote your video strictly to Brazil, you have 1,000 followers in less than 3 days. I honestly don't even know how, because I'm streaming this on my computer, and so I don't even really know how to share it or promote my video, if I'm honest. Kind of just doing this and people will end up following and stuff like that. Okay, there's promote. I'll click promote. More live viewers, more followers. Okay, in order for me to do that, it says I gotta pay. Yeah, it's showing me I'm able to promote, but I gotta pay to promote. And so I'll just wait. Hopefully, I mean, I've got a decent following on Instagram. Hopefully, a couple hundred people over the next couple of weeks go over there and end up liking it and sharing it and stuff like that, so I can get enough followers to be able to just multicast on one platform. I'm sure it's way nicer on Instagram and YouTube because it's way nicer equipment. Oh yeah, much better on Instagram. Yeah, Brock, like I was saying, unfortunately I'm using a full-blown laptop and professional camera and everything over here. It's just TikTok's got me limited until like I said, until I have 1,000 followers. Once I've got 1,000 followers, then everything will be off the same app. Everything will be off the same camera and microphone setup. So it will be a lot nicer when that happens. If/when that happens. And that same software will put all the chat into one spot too, so I don't have to keep going from camera to camera or chat app to app. That makes sense. Definitely the multi-platform is sick with the different angles. Yeah, I can see how the different angles would be definitely very promoting. I know I do have got another Osmo Pocket 4 that I could probably figure out how to make it work with my computer. So once I've got everything on one app, I can run multiple cameras. It'd be pretty cool. But that will be in the future. It's currently not an option. I definitely appreciate you letting me know it was being drowned out. I turned the music down a little bit. Hopefully it's a little bit better. And then when I walk away, I'll try and keep in mind I gotta speak up a little bit while I'm walking away. What's going on, Tuku? Are those Sato rear sets? Yes, sir. Nick, they are Sato rear sets. Tuku GTR, what are you doing? I just finished buttoning it up, wiring up and installing an AFR gauge, and then all the accessories, a new license plate tag and blinkers. Camera's back. I guess it looks like I need to mess with the camera settings, and I think it's timed out, so unfortunately it just turns off. Let's see, Nick, I thought they only came in yellow, orange, and black. Yeah, that's all they do come. These were stripped and then hand polished, which I hope to never do again. Instagram, you can't hear any music, but you can. It's a good combination. Huh, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Brock, so on TikTok, the music is going to be, because my laptop, which is right here, is the microphone for TikTok, and that's why I can hear both the music off the soundbar right behind it. On Instagram and YouTube, it's off the microphone that's on my hat, that's connected to the camera, and I've got the gain turned up a good bit so you can't hear me A, breathe, and B, the little fan noise that are on. Oh god, that sounds tedious. Yeah, dude, it sucked, but stuff came out really, really pretty. Especially with the polished exhaust and the polished wheels, and the combination that he's got going on is pretty good, in my opinion. Yeah, and Brock, so once I have all the stuff hooked up, I'll be able to play music a good bit louder, and it won't be as crazy. It'll be a little smoother transition. Oh, I didn't even notice the polish wheels. Yeah, man, he's got a good theme going this time around. Fresh paint job, motor and stuff's all new, and then yeah, a bunch of Billa stuff. The exhaust is full polished, whole bunch of stuff's polished. Beauty. Yeah, he had a good vision. The H2 Wizard. What's up, Lozic then? Lockup came in yesterday. Let's see how she holds up. Yeah, let me know how that works for you, Brock. I know I ordered one for this bike too. And so whenever it comes in, I'm going to install it. I know this is a 2016. And as I was telling you, the 16 slave cylinder and push rod is different than the modern stuff. And so this bike, even with all the upgrades and the power it made, it never had a clutch issue. I know he just bought it because it's more pretty. But yeah, I don't know why Kawasaki on the new stuff decided to change it, but definitely made a lot of problems for a lot of folks, unfortunately. Please turn off music. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave the music on so I've got something to listen to besides fans, Moto Dreams. Appreciate your recommendation though. You did my H2. I can't hear you much. Yeah, the microphone that's on TikTok is my laptop, which is here. And so, unfortunately, on Instagram and YouTube is using my professional DJI microphone and the professional camera, so it looks a lot better and sounds a lot better. But once I've got 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can stream from all the same OBS, and so everything will be a lot higher quality. Do you use KPO Kawasaki oil? The most common oil I use is just Mobil 1 4T. But I mean, any 1040 will pretty much work. I try to stay away from like the high end stuff like Motul 300V because it gets slippery, and H2s are kind of known to fight clutch slipping issues. But yeah, Kawasaki 1040 be fine too. Cynical, you built Why So Serious bikes? Yes, sir, I did. I know he got rid of the purple one. He still has the green one, so hopefully his arm comes back and he's able to go back to riding so he can ride it again. How you been, Travis? Been forever. Glad you looking well. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. What's up, Lightspeed? Got all my H2 folks coming in and out of here. He'll be back in a couple weeks. Yeah, I mean, I talked to him and he said like the nerves have to grow back together, so he can't ride for a long time. But he's going to keep the bikes for now. Okay, thank you. Just wanted to double check. And for stage 2, correct? Yeah, pretty much any build with, I mean, any 1040, Mobile 140, AMSOIL 1040, Kawasaki 1040, that'll be fine. I've been using Kawasaki 1040 in mine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not super particular or weird about oils like some people are. Some people just believe that, like, if it doesn't have X, Y, and Z in it, then something's going to break and it's not good or whatever. But I know that once you get in the higher end oils like Motul 300V and more exotic oils, they do tend to be really slippery, which is good for the engine components, but it's not good for the clutch because the clutch needs to have grip. And so there is a risk and a reward with running like the higher end oils. But I mean, if your clutch bites, it bites, and you can pretty much use, in my opinion, I'd rather have a little bit cheaper oil and just change it more often than having super exotic oil and try and stretch the oil out. But as far as the oil realm is concerned, only OEM oil filters, please. I got bikes come in here with K&N oil filters, and it's just not good. I've seen too many K&N oil filters blow up or break or cause damage to motors, and I just can't stand K&N oil filters on these bikes. So Kawasaki is good. Yeah, I think Kawasaki's fine. Oil's fine. I mean, it's not like Kawasaki makes the oil, but you know, obviously whoever they have making it, they trust, you know, so. Is that a white H2? Yes, sir, it is, Cynical. Nick, yeah, that's still the ZH2 still power wheelies in 4th gear pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, anything short wheelbase, especially in the H2 community, whether it's the Z, DSX, or standard Z is going to wheelie a lot. I just hit 5K miles. When should I change my spark plugs? I mean, spark plugs are cheap and pretty easy to change. I mean, I'd probably recommend, probably 7,000 miles, somewhere around there. It'd be a good practice. There's no such thing as changing your plugs too much. So, especially if you have gears too, gears are going to be a lot more wearing on it. So it'd be good to change them. AFR gauge works. Cynical, what's this bike getting? Just getting, right now, just doing a handful of accessories. AFR gauge, new tag bracket, things like that. Halfway to Tennessee. What's going on, Joey? Yeah, man, enjoy that drive. Probably won't be nearly as hot up there, brother. Sometimes I feel the clutch when I rev the bike, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on inside the H2 motor, so when you rev it, there's a lot of stuff's moving around, so I'm not really surprised you feel stuff like that. What's it gonna do next? Tag bracket. Pump gas, 7 meg, yes sir. Okay, so it is normal, yeah. Did you get a time frame on the new clutch plate? Yeah, so it's supposed to go out Monday, and I should have it like Wednesday, Thursday time frame, Joey. That is what I was informed. Never felt it with any other bike. Yeah, the H2's just got a lot of motor stuff going on, man. If you ever seen one opened up, there's a lot of gears, planetary gears, counterbalance, 2 counterbalance shafts. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on. Nice. You like those wheels? Yeah, I'm a big fan. They're Titax is the company that made them for him. It was a really cool experience with it. Is kind of the main thing. The guy that when they were being made and stuff like that, there was a guy just like literally sending him pictures of it in the process, and like he would take a selfie, and his wheels would be getting cut on the CNC machine in the background. And are carbon worth it? So the carbon do lighten it up a little bit. But I mean, it's all at the end of the day, it's all personal preference. Is it one of those things where it's like a stock ZX 14R rear wheel is like insanely insanely heavy, and so if you go carbon with like a 14R, that's a big like gain in performance. I know with the standard H2 single-sided wheels, there isn't a ton of weight to be had by swapping wheels, but I mean every single pound off the bike is always a benefit. It's always a positive, so it's never like a negative. Great talking to you, brother. Definitely text you soon for some more horsepower. Yeah, just let me know, brother, whenever you're ready. I'll be here. That's for sure. what's the seat gonna look like. I mean, the seat's gonna look a lot better than your tag does, Joey, I can tell you that. Let's see here. Yeah, I wonder what the seat's gonna look like. He's gonna bring it all together, Joey. I know that installing the lights and stuff for the blinkers for the tag bracket isn't gonna be fun because they're wired up by cutting off the OEM connectors, which is super unfortunate. But yeah, I'll be putting it down and putting the seat on and stuff here momentarily, buddy. Let's see, how did it feel the first time you rode a 1000cc bike? It felt unreal. Like you never have to go ride a roller coaster ever again. Is a structural carbon subframe a pain in the ass to install? Barack, one, yes, it is a pain in the ass to install, and two, 100% of them break. So do not get the aftermarket subframe in carbon. Every single one of them breaks. I've even went to go install one and just using a torque wrench, just slowly torquing it, and it still snapped. So that is one thing I do not recommend for the what do you call it, for the H2. Every single one of them break. If somebody says no, it's not broken, it's because they haven't looked at it. I guarantee you the tank tabs are sitting on it. Like the tank tabs are just glued on little plastic tabs that with nutserts in them that the entire tank and the entire person sit on. Every single one of them break, dude. That's just something, and that's the only thing preventing you from getting ate up by the tire. So that's definitely something I do not recommend. So save yourself the heartache, sir. I have talked to somebody about like laminating them, like get some OEM ones, and then like laminate them. Like laminate OEM ones, just put carbon fiber basically over the what do you call it? Over the stock ones. That would be the way to go. So you find somebody who just laminate carbon fiber, that'd be a lot better option for you. A lot safer. They have covers now too, overstock. Yeah, dude. If you don't like the subframe and you want to make it black or carbon fiber and cover up the black, that's what I would do. I would do covers for sure. Yes, it's not authentic carbon fiber, but it's going to be safe is the main thing. I love being safe on my 300 horsepower. Yeah, I mean, safety is top priority, especially on the bikes you guys are riding. that Kawasaki will discontinue the H2 and H2R. I haven't heard that. They've released information that the 2027 H2 is going to be more neutered than the previous ones, and I'm sure by more neutered it's going to be just not the same like restrictions and things of that nature. But no, I haven't. I mean, they'll eventually discontinue it, I'm sure, just like everything else. But I haven't heard about them discontinuing the H2. They've been discontinuing the H2 for the past, decade. They said that originally the H2 was going to be a one and done. They were coming out in 2015. They were never going to come out again. And that was obviously, clearly incorrect. So I don't believe they're going to discontinue it, Mr. Muhammad. Ride the wave, boys. Buy them and send them to me. I'm definitely happy to take care of anybody. What's the best year H2? Not a 2015, and the rest of them are basically the same. So the 2019 Plus have a TFT display, which is a little bit nicer, and an Olin's rear shock factory, so that's also nice. But as far as like the best year, just don't buy a 2015. They've got a really heavy clutch, and a handful of them had engine issues with their Nikasil. But aside from those two, pretty much fine. There's really no like bad year H2. Man, it's really annoying. Damn it, man. Let's see, Muhammad, I thought the old dashboard was better. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. Some people prefer the more modern TFT display. It's really just personal preference. What's good, Travis? What's going on, Mr. Stafford? Through you, Travis. I forgot. I thought the old dash was better. Those are Magtan wheels? No, sir. These are Titacs. So unfortunately, that's me, the camera guy. So once I reset it, turn it off, turn it back on, it comes back live. I got to go through the settings and make sure it doesn't turn off ever again, kind of thing. Fireblade or ZX10? It's a good question. I'm really not sure. Yeah, thanks, Brock. I need to get on there and turn off the auto shut off. Yeah, I mean, Fireblade or ZX10, I mean, I don't really have a lot of experience with the Fireblade, if I'm honest. I know, from my understanding, it's a very quick bike now. It's a lot better than the older year Hondas, which is cool to see Honda finally having something competitive in the 1000cc industry. You know, they definitely haven't been for a very long time. Those ZX10s have been around for a while, so it's pretty cool to see like how common they are and how they're able to, I mean, something happens or something breaks, it's not that detrimental to fix. But to my knowledge, I think Honda Fireblade stuff is really expensive to my knowledge. Kobe. ass. Joe, if you're still in here, whoever cut all this shit back here, we need a fist fight. This sucks. What's going on, Shane? Doing all right, brother? Over there in Texas? What's the special thing about the H2R? Because really, real people buy the H2R. They just buy the H2 and build it. Going to cost less than H2R. So what's so special about the H2R? I mean, probably exclusivity. That's probably why it's so special. I mean, not a lot of people have it. Not a lot of people can afford it, kind of thing. As far as special, it's got some really cool, like, carbon work on it. I mean, that's extremely expensive, but I mean, besides that, the engines are very similar. Besides the camshaft, to my knowledge, all the valve train and pistons and rods and crank and everything's the same. The transmission is different. I think 5th and 6th gear, to my knowledge, in the R are longer than the standard H2. But aside from that, they're very similar. What's going on right now? Excuse me. You're back. Yeah, I was. The TikTok stream messed up, so I just reset it. If I want to build an H2 to go past 400 kilometers an hour, how much is it going to cost me? It's going to be a lot. On the downside of it being a lot, it's not going to last very long. To go that fast is very, very difficult and very expensive, and not very easy on the H2. There are other platforms like the Busa that it'd be a lot easier and cheaper to do it on. How'd the H2R come out? I haven't finished it yet. I had to wait on some headlights and stuff, so I can wire. I got to build brackets for those and wire that in, and then I got to take it to the dyno and tune it. As far as the H2R is concerned, and so I'll be doing that soon. Hopefully this coming week. It's kind of the goal, but we'll see. Kind of see how it goes. Got a handful of other things on the schedule. You always have so many bike in the works. If I said you're going to slow down a bit, yeah, it's never going to slow down. Yeah, I think I'm in process of. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here right now. So that means I'm in possession of 13, 14 H2s currently. But trans blew up. I got one that a trans blew up that I'm fixing. and a couple smoked motors and stuff like that. So. How's the H2R going? That was just that a second ago. I mean, intercooler's done. It's got my base flash in it. The headlights just came in, so I have to build some brackets for the headlights and wire those. So I gotta get a switch and things like that. And then hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have it done and on the dyno and tuned and everything. Hellraiser H2, yes sir it is. It's a nice bike. I got T-bone on one. Holy shit, that's awful to hear. That's awful to hear you got T-bone on a bike. Hope you're alright. Josh, you're still going strong. Good. I'm glad you haven't had any issues. That's always the goal. Maybe turn the music down a little bit so I can hear you. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, brother. So unfortunately, right now I'm streaming on both TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And the problem is that until I have 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can't use the same software as I'm using on those other platforms. And the other platforms using a professional camera and a professional mic. So it's a lot higher quality. But the way TikTok is, until I have 1,000 followers, I can't get quote unquote verified. And until I get verified, I can't use the software that I'm using on those platforms. So I've got on TikTok, it's just the camera off my laptop and the microphone on the laptop itself, and so the quality is going to be way less than it is on those other platforms until, like I said, whenever I've got 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can use the same OBS to stream, and then my Canon camera, my microphone, all that kind of stuff is going to be a lot better. Haven't you done a turbo H2? So yeah, so I did build a full turbo kit for an H2. At that point in time, there weren't standalones out for them yet. And so that's actually what's really needed for a turbo on an H2. And the customer decided to go a different way with the build since there was no standalone capabilities yet. But yeah, I did build a full turbo kit. I ended up selling the turbo kit to a guy named Nate. And I believe that bike is currently getting a standalone. So now there's a little bit more support in the H2 world with tuning and standalones. I believe he should have that bike done here soon, which will be very cool to see. Oops. Wrong thing. Assholes. What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming and hanging out for a little while. Any H2 questions, feel free to ask. Where can I learn tuning bikes? I'm sure there are some places that offer like classes and stuff, but I know I didn't officially learn from anywhere specific. I kind of just learned from people that have done it before, and I put a lot of effort into making sure I know what I'm doing, so I kind of just learned as I went. Just like being a mechanic, kind of just learned as I went. Appreciate the share, MTB. What do you think about the new EC clutch kit? So I mean, in theory, if it's a weighted lockup, and so in theory it should work really good for everything that's going on, especially the newer bikes that are having a lot of clutch issues, thanks to Kawasaki changing the slave cylinder and the push rod. But I know I have one on the way for this bike actually, and then it'll be cool to see people that have that solution besides having to backdate their clutch to the 2015. Because I know backdating that, the clutch is super heavy. It kind of sucks to ride. So it'll be cool to see people not having clutch issues anymore. Yeah, Versace, yours is probably fine. It's the newer guys with the EC clutch that are having issues. It's like they changed the slave cylinder and push rod from 2021 and on, so that'll be for who it's for when it comes to like the clutches and stuff. Yeah, yours is 23. Yeah, so I mean, if you end up turning the power up and you have issues, normally about 280, 285 horsepower wheel, that's when the clutches start having issues, in my experience. And so all the earlier guys, the 15, 16, 17, 18, don't have those issues. This top speed that an H2 can reach, the top of the top, can it reach 240 kilometers an hour? I don't know, Mohammed, if I'm honest. It's just whoever wants to go that fast, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of variables there, like where at, are you talking about on a dyno, or weather conditions affect it dramatically, things like that. Tag light, tag bracket, everything done. What else is due? This fella give me. Cool, I guess we're just on to the small panels. If you change the frame color, does it affect the performance? Absolutely not. If you just change the color of the frame, it's not going to affect anything like that. Oh, it's not letting me. Howdy there. What's up, H2 biker? Waited for the release 2015, still have it. Oh, that's awesome, dude. 2015, the OG. Honestly, dark red frame would be better than green. Yeah, I mean, on my site, Muhammad, there's a build tab, and on that build tab, I did do a candy red one. It's actually in Texas. Guy's named Smurf. Pretty cool fella. But I did do it was candy red frame, subframes, spars, swing arm. He's got anodized red core motos. Pretty fire looking. Bunch of forged carbon fiber. It's a very fast bike. Put his bag of bolts. There they are. Standing, trash. What is that, Christophe? Why H2s are slower? You guys are ridiculous. Where's my 4 at? Oh, there it is. What's the top speed? It's a good question. I really don't know. I mean, the current record for the H2 is 237, I believe, held out of a guy in Texas. The second fastest is 233 miles an hour, held by a fellow in Canada. Third fastest is held by Mr. Supa H2 at 231 miles an hour. So as far as like a top speed, and that's all in a standstill mile. As far as like top speed, I don't really know. I know it has a modded swing arm, but what else? And can you turn the music down a little? Here, I'll turn the music down a little bit more. I mean, it's got a modded swing arm. It's got all titanium hardware. I mean, this one is basically anything you can do. Upgraded motor, milled imported head, H2R cams. Pretty much anything and everything you can do to an H2. The goat. Appreciate that, David. Oh, I just care. That's the only thing. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I take my time and I care. I don't think there's anything I can do that nobody else can. What made you want to work on H2s? I mean, mainly just the clientele, because obviously people that are into motorcycles and go to this kind of tier of motorcycle or a like-minded individual like to me. I care about quality, I care about things being done right, I care about people taking their time. I mean, that and the level of excitement that I get to see when I finish a bike and somebody comes and picks it up and they take it for a test ride and they come back, and just being able to experience that with other people has been a really cool thing to do. So just stuff like that. Love your work, bro. Thanks, bro. Thanks, David. I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. I do take a lot of pride in my work. Your level of dedication and detail is unmatched. H2J, I'll be reaching out to you soon to get work done. Yeah, just let me know, Jay. Hey, hit me up. You can even call, text me, whatever. We can go over what you'd like to do, and I'd be happy to take care of you. But yeah, David, I really appreciate kind words, man. There's not a lot of kind left in this world. Unfortunately. Sirius sent you my number. Good. Yeah, Sirius is a good fellow, man. I really like him. He's definitely a good dude. Yeah, Jay, if you can, go ahead and text me your name and everything. Lock you in, save your number. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, you can reach straight to me and I can answer them for you. Appreciate the follow, sir. Which motorcycle is the fastest one you've built? Asked by Louie. I mean, I don't know. That depends. There are a lot of people that can buy a 300 horsepower, 350 horsepower H2, but there's not a lot of people that can ride them, so it kind of just depends. second. Alright, so we got Almond saying he loved the way it came out. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. All the forged carbon and all the billet stuff. And the raw wheels. Yeah, that's what sparked the raw rear sets. Thanks for your advice on that. It definitely helped. Brock asks, plan on leaving the heavy duty springs in with the new clutch plate? I mean, yeah, the springs don't make that much of a difference on the lever. So I'm just going to leave the Brock's clutch springs in on top of the lockup style. And then Jay asks, do you work at Proven Power as your main? No, this is what I do full time. I'm just really good friends with Eric, the owner of Proven Power. And I've been working hand in hand with him on H2 stuff for the better part of a decade. Like when I used to live in Tennessee and he was down here in Florida doing H2 stuff, and I was helping him out and selling him my intercoolers and stuff like that. I just like wearing my people's merch. And so I like wearing the stuff and representing my friends. But cool. All right, on to something else. There's one buttoned up. I got you. So you do your tuning as well, or do you go through him? No, so I rent his dyno from him, Jay, and so I'll rent the dyno from him for the day, and tune bikes and do stuff like that. So we definitely bounce stuff off of each other. And sometimes when I'm having an issue with tuning, or he's having an issue, we'll call each other to see if we've experienced the issues and stuff like that before, and help each other out. Almond, is that a pearl white? Yeah, it's a very, very heavy pearl too, almond. So it's a pretty off white. I'll grab the big camera and see, since you're still in here, I'll grab the big camera to see if I can get it to look right. Let's see here, make my stuff bigger so I can grab the camera and see. I'll see if I can get it in the light for you. Grab my phone, put the light on it for you. Oh yeah, bluish pearl, yep. What's going on, Ben? Extreme Creations in here. Were those stripes painted on? No, they're on top. There's OEM, they're OEM stickers brought for the 1617 with the gray frames, and so I put those on after. Brock, don't you watch us live? You have enough on your bike. Yeah, Brock definitely does have a lot of stuff on his bike. But I think he did it right. It's super clean. It's not like gaudy, like some of the ones I've had to do before. But cool. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to go do some dinner. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to hit me up, and I'm always available. You guys know how to find me.